All right, everybody. Well, I hope you brought your energy today. It's Friday. I know it's the wind down, but we got a good call today because I think, I don't think a lot of you guys have been, putting into practice a lot of the stuff that we've been going through and going over on the sales calls. But first, I want to acknowledge the new people that are new sales agents that are coming on board and that are on this call. And we're going to go over the structure and a few things. And I'll tell you, Brandon and I are working diligently hard on putting together for our system, our organization, and our sales team, our own, just a main hub of training. And I'm working on a CRM that we can all input our system. Actually, it'll be I'm just trying out 2 or 3 different CRM systems. And most of us do know what a CRM system is. But, for those who don't, it's just a way for us to input loans, track it. We can all see, we can all communicate with each other. And what that does is actually builds, it can build rivalry, but it builds excitement and it builds, hey, what are you doing? And this is what these calls are really designed for, is to help each one of us as sales agents really help each other. We don't need to, in the way we have it set up, there's no need to really run people over or try to hoard, tactics in business or, what you're doing to win and succeed. Because some strategies are going to work and they're going to apply to others, or they're going to be appealing to others, and some strategies are going to be appealing to other people. So all in all, these sales calls are really to keep structure with us. And I know we got a lot of you guys that are really starting to put a lot of loans in the pipeline. So again, that CRM system, Brandon will get that, just like he emailed, he'll get out that email here, whichever one I choose later on today or tomorrow. And you just subscribe in, I'll accept you, and then I'll do a video tutorial. We'll email that out how to use it, but it's pretty simple. With that being said, I'm very impressed with this first week, again, with a lot of the newer agents that have really come on our sales calls and actually implemented what we've put in place. This past Wednesday, we had an amazing call, our midweek call, going over sales numbers. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, we're all independent, but we all want structure, because here's what structure brings. Every one of us that has actually kind of applied what we all been learning, you guys have been going out there making cold calls. I'm going to tell you, you can become a millionaire in this business by just picking up the phone. One of my favorite guys is Grant Cardone, and he's, whether you guys know who he is or like him or follow him as well, but he's all about picking up the phone. It's you could spend a lot of money in advertising and marketing dollars, but at the end of the day, this is what we're going to talk about. I'm going to kind of step back and let other people speak here in a second. But the method that has been working, and I know a lot of you guys are new or just struggling, and like, what is working? There's a lot of methods to get the marketing out, but the fastest, cheapest result, which we're going to talk about and focus on for the rest of the call, is picking up that phone, dialing for dollars. What's that?
I said exactly right.
Oh, yeah. You're pretty much saying like amen in the church, right? No.
Amen, brother.
Quiet down, parishioners. But, I'm sorry, I'm energetic, guys. But the thing about it is that, the calls, in sales, it's a number game. But here's how strong this is. One loan can put $3,000 in your pocket the next following week. That's how powerful it is. This Wednesday we talked about putting the loan application and submitting it in on the spot. If you guys get trained, and by the way, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, starting probably next week, Brandon and I will be launching, and we'll rotate it out with other trainers. We'll be rotating out orientation for new people coming in, for Q&As and stuff like that. So as you guys start closing deals, the newcomers, then understand that there is another side of the income, and that is, acquiring other new people into the system and other new sales agents, and you can make $400 to $1,500. Just depends on the loan size, just by referring another person that is out there as a sales go-getter. And you could build I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, you may not be thinking about that right now, but there's just a lot of income in that by getting, but I would say qualified. I'm using Craigslist, but that's for another call. That's for another call. I don't want to go too deep into that. With that being said, I wanted to highlight some of the tactics and focus that some of you guys have been doing. And I talked to one guy, James, who actually on Wednesday, he was on our sales call, listened to Helen. And Helen, you know, the tips that you gave on that call, which we did send out to the email and also in the group, and we'll get it out again, and this with this recording as well for the newcomers if you're like, I didn't hear it. But, you know, he listened to Helen from, you know, the websites to go to, from Manta, Yelp. He put it into practice. And, you know, he's basically, which is a sales tactic 101, he's basically building the formula of calling. And that is, you know, 50 to 100 calls. So just like, you know, if you call 50 to 100 calls, I almost can guarantee you'll get 2 to 3, if not 4 or 5. It just depends on how skillful. You'll become more skillful as you talk to people and get turned down. And again, it really hit me when I was listening to, you know, cold calling myself, but listening to Grant Cardone, and he said this. He said, you know, what's there to be afraid? What is there to be afraid of to pick up the phone and call somebody? Because here's the thing, all of us want 20 grand, 100 grand in our pocket, right? Would you guys agree with that? How many of you guys would want 100 grand in your pocket like next week?
Absolutely.
I know it sounds, I know it sounds ridiculous, and I'm not trying to be all puppy, you know, fakey, you know, prosperity guy, but the point is that we all do. We all are on this call because we're hustling. We're not here to just clap each other's hands and pat each other on the back. We want money. I want results, and we want money because friendship doesn't pay the bills, right? I love all of y'all. But guess what? At the end of the day, after this call, my bill collector or bill whatever is still gonna call me and go, hey, where's my money at? Hey, that was a great call, by the way. But where's my money? So the way to keep the point is that your hustle is and getting over that fear if you have that. Because trust me, even I have that fear. I'm scared to call people. I'm scared what they're going to say. You know what? You don't know them on the other side of that line. You should not be afraid. And guess what? I hate to say it, you don't have an emotional attachment to them. They're just a number. You know, they're not interested. But we're going to talk about sales pitching, and I'm going to highlight James and a few others. So James, I'm going to let you take the floor, man, if you can. Kind of, you know,
take the floor.
Yeah, take the floor. Give us some background a little bit, and give us some insight.
Well, I'm a speaker, but I won't take up a lot of time here this morning, folks. I just wanted to kind of share some things that have been working for me. But first and foremost, I got to give a shout out to Helen for sharing the information that she shared the other day. I gleaned so much information from that, but I'm the type of guy, when I hear something that's good, I take action. I'm not going to sit around and, you know, get analysis paralysis and just keep waiting. You got to do it. A lot of times, guys, you're going to learn things by just action. You know, it's just kind of like test and trial. You're going to find out what works for you and what doesn't. And she gave some good information on finding business owners with Yelp and Manta. And Manta didn't work as well for me because I found out that a lot of the business owners weren't they're no longer the owner anymore. So that I wasn't really getting too good results with that. But I did get great results with Yelp. And I've been kind of working my own niche market, if you will. And this will work for some guys and some it won't. But I've been finding more success with security companies and bail bondsmen. And what I've been finding with bail bondsmen is they're insurance agents. Basically, it's just a surety bond. I've been in insurance. I was an insurance broker for many years, so I kind of know that side of their brain. And these guys are entrepreneurial, and gals. I don't want to be a male chauvinist. They are entrepreneurial. So, for instance, I talked to a guy in Detroit, it was Wednesday, and he's a bail bondsman, but he was looking for some cash, but not for his bail bonds company. He owns an appliance store on the side with a business partner. So these guys got different businesses, and he's generating about $600,000 a year in that appliance store, and he needs a loan from his appliance store. So I just decided to go right into the pitch and just basically get right on the loan application. And
James, really quick, not to interrupt you, don't want to add. Can you also share with us the pitch too? Because I know a lot of people are thinking, well, what did you say?
That's what I'm going to say right now. So I'm going to go right into that. So basically, here's a good way to get an owner. All right. What I do is a lot of people that are answering the phone, it's the help, right? It's the gatekeeper. How do I get past the gatekeeper to get to the person I want to talk to? This is what works for me, and I'll be happy to send an email with it, or you guys can take notes. But I just say it like this. And guys, use energy. You got to have energy when you're on the phone. Hi, my name is James Sanford. How you doing today? Great. You're the owner of the bail bond firm, correct? They're going to tell you right away, no, I'm not, or yes, I am. Oh, okay, great. Is the owner in? Great. And they'll either go get the owner or they'll say what time he's going to be in, okay? Let's just say the owner got on the phone. Great. Hi, my name is James Sanford. How are you doing today? Great. I'm with a company called David Allen Capital. I represent small business lenders, and we love to lend to small businesses. Our process is very simple. It's fast. We approve in 1 day. Emphasize on that. That's the fact. 1 day, and you can get your capital this week. Hey, banks aren't lending out there, but we are. So I just wanted to reach out to you, introduce myself, and see if you've been looking for capital to maybe, increase your business, expand, marketing, advertising, things of that nature, and shut up. Let them talk. They're either going to tell you they need capital now or they don't need it, I've already got it, whatever it is. If they need capital, folks, go right into the loan application. Great, I can get you approved right now. How long have you been in business? And just go straight down and go right to your short pre-approval loan application, start filling out the information. I actually got 3 loans yesterday, but one guy decided that he wanted to back off for a second. He said, let me talk to my partner about it, call me back today. I'm going to call him back here in about another hour. But I got 2 loan applications yesterday by just doing this particular pitch, okay? And what I'm finding out, I like to quantify what works, right? Statistics. I'm a big statistics guy. I think we talked about this yesterday, right, Jairus? How many calls it takes to actually get somebody that's interested? I'm finding out that out of every 20 calls, you're going to get somebody that's interested. So let's just say between 20 to 30 calls, you're going to get somebody who's interested, 20 businesses. So you're going to need to talk to between 20 to 30 businesses every single day to get one person who's interested. So that's why Jairus was saying if you can make 100 dials to 200 dials, that should get you between 2 to 4 loans per day. It's just a numbers game, guys. You got to pick up the phone and dial. That's just where it is.
And James, no, I'm not sure. No, stay up. I just wanted to hop in. I want to magnify something there real quick. Just imagine, because the loan sizes can be at any level. But let's just go by, let's say $2,500, like your commission payout. Imagine getting 2 loans, like by that formula, guys. Just follow along. Imagine getting 2 loans a day for 7 days straight. I'm just using that for basically a week straight. So how much money is that the next following week when it closes? It's a lot of money. Right. The numbers are there, but go ahead, James.
And not to be negative, to kind of spin off of that, you want to put a lot of loans up anyway because, let's face it, not everybody's going to get their paperwork back. Let's just let's just face it. You might get, I don't know what the percentage is, but, you might get 14 loans this week, and some people are going to hold on to the paperwork, the dog ate it, what have you. But, 50, 60% of those turn into a loan. That's 6, 7, 8 loans for that week, and then you just got to keep following up, chasing the rest of the people. But meanwhile, you're adding new loans every single week. So you're building a pipeline. And before you know it, you got 40 loans, every month. And, well, I don't know, $2,000. You do the math on that. That's how you generate wealth. And you just keep doing that. So that's what's been working for me. And also, if they're not interested, this is great that we have that CRM because, man, send them an email. And I'd be happy to send the email out that I send to these people. Send the email. Send an email to them and just stay on their, the top of their brain. Stay on the top of their consciousness because they might want you to call them back. Hey, I'm not looking for cash today, but, hey, I might be looking for cash next month. Who knows? You want to stay on these people's top of consciousness. So when they decide to get a loan, they're gonna think of you. So that's just kind of been what's working with me. I don't want to take up all the time because I'll talk forever. I'm a talker.
I know it's scary. Both of us are, dude. I mean, no, and I really appreciate James. Good job, by the way. Like I said, don't analyze too much, guys. I know that a lot of. Here's what I found about with training, and this is just I'm speaking for myself, but I know it applies to everybody. Training is good, but here's what you need to know about training, especially newcomers. Learn the basics about the terminology, the terms of loans, the rates. Those are the basic things. But don't sit there and try to analyze again and fantasize about how you're going to say it. Just the best way, like James said, to learn is to actually, and I'm saying this to myself, just go out there and get burnt, get cooked, get that fear after. Here's the best way to overcome the fear. Just throw yourself in the lion's den. I'm serious. And it sounds like, oh man, but here's the power when you think about this call, this powerful. Beyond that call, beyond your cell phone that we're on right now, literally is a ton of money. You literally can wake up and say how much money you do want to make. You control. that's the power of commission-based jobs that people don't understand, and I know you guys do, is that if as long as you have direction, which we're providing it right now and right here, and you just simply do, don't just analyze, just do, you will accomplish, even if you read a script and eventually you become natural. You're only going to become natural at it until you do it enough times. So that's what I just wanted to emphasize, that, like James, some people are just natural at taking action, but at the end of the day, it's just, just like working out and building your muscle, build the muscle of just doing it and not analyzing it, because I'm one of those people that analyzes too, and I've had to train myself, hey, you know what, because what happens is procrastination makes you, I'm going to just say this, guys, procrastination makes you broke. Straight out. The world right now, people right now that are complaining about money and this, that, and the other, not you guys, I'm just saying in general, if they have a product, let's just say like this, if they had a hustle, if they believed in their hustle, they could have money in their pocket at any point in time. So again, don't be afraid to call. Don't be afraid to pick up that phone, because that's how important this is. But thank you, James, and good job, by the way. Good job to everybody just in general. Brandon, I want to bring Brandon up, because Brandon actually had some success. Actually, yesterday he took action, and I have to say, the dialing for dollars method is old school, but it works. It works. It's a numbers game. Brandon, if you could share with us, like, the focus, the industry, and simply, obviously, dialing for dollars, what you did.
Yeah, absolutely, and congratulations, James, on that success. I'm taking notes right now from what you did, and definitely shoot over to us that email follow-up that you're using so we can get that in everybody's hands as well. But I was also on the call Wednesday, and I heard Helen and what she did, and unlike James, I did not immediately take action. I got into analyze mode and procrastination, and was doing everything but actually picking up the phone and doing what we call productive work. So I was let me get my businesses lined up, let me get my spreadsheet lined up, let me do this and that, but I didn't call anybody. So then I was talking to Jairus, and Jairus was like, "Oh yeah, James listened to Helen. He already got 2 loans in the pipeline." I said, "Well, what?" So, yeah, he listened to Helen, and he just put exactly what she did into action. I was like, oh, no way. So, like Jairus said, I just threw myself out there on that, and I went to I used Manta, actually, and I looked up roofing companies. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of lessons that I learned on this. The first call that I made, I did not know the owner's name, and I'm guessing it was the owner who picked up the phone. Because when I asked him if I could speak to the owner, he says, "You don't know the owner's name?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "Well, call back when you figure that out," and hung up on me. I was like, okay, that's interesting. Well, let me at least take a few minutes and do more research on the company to see if I can find the owner's name before I make the initial phone call. Still a little bit of research. So that was a learning lesson there. But if I just can't find an owner's name, then I'm going to definitely do exactly what James just said. Hey, are you the owner, by the way, by any chance? So that was one lesson. But what worked was I called another company, another roofing company. And it was the owner actually picked it up. I'd already knew the owner's name, so he picked it up and answered with his name, Steve. And he actually put me on hold for almost 10 minutes because he was dealing with the client. So instead of hanging up, I just held on. I just wanted to, show some respect there. When he came back on, he apologized for the wait and said, "Okay, so who are you?" So I told him the same thing. Hello, my name is Brandon Ivey. I represent David Allen Capital, and we help small businesses get more capital and to help you grow and build your business. Are you looking for any extra money by any chance, any extra cash? He said, "Oh, absolutely. I always need cash." And then he went into the whole reason why, which was another learning experience. And his reason was in his line of work, and this is something we want to make sure we target businesses like this.
Yes.
But in his line of work, he may have a $45,000 job, but he doesn't get paid until the job is done, or the full payment until the job is done, and it will be 45 to 60 days out. But he still has to pay for the equipment, the material, pay to hire his workers to do the job, know how many workers he's going to need for it. Now, that costs a lot of money, and he has to come out of his own pocket up front, but he gets reimbursed on the back end, but he's short on cash up front. So it was like his credit score is over 740. They're due a couple of $1 million a year in business. Everything is fine. Cash flow is positive, so they're not in the red at all. But the ability to have extra cash infusion up front is ideal. So right. I just said right there on the spot, I had my computer on, I had the application up, and so let me just ask you a couple of questions. And I just went down the questions. It only took 45 seconds, and I inputted it, submitted it, and this morning I woke up and got the email that he was pre-approved. He was sent an email about the application and what to do next. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to follow up with him today and say, listen, I got the notification you were pre-approved. Did you get the email? Have you seen it yet? Because if he says, no, I didn't see it, I haven't seen it, I'll make sure he gets it again and check his spam folder. But now the job's just to follow up and make sure he fills out the paperwork and send it in. But I want to lean on the fact that, by the way, you can have your money in as soon as 5 days. So you don't want to procrastinate and sit on this. Get that info filled out. It's just going to take you 10 minutes. And get that information sent over, and next week you have your money. So now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to be going gangbusters now.
You got the first blood. Dude, don't, man. The target is in the water. It's scary, dude.
That's right.
I can't let you beat me, but I love competition. Keep going, Brandon. It can't happen.
Gangbusters now, and just call. It's a numbers game, and the more we do, we'll really figure out the scenario and the numbers. Like if you're doing 30 to 50 calls a day, what that ratio is going to be. But can you guys just imagine if you're closing if you have 5 to 10 loans in the pipeline a week, and so by the end of the month, that can be 40 to 50 loans in the pipeline, and just half. What if just 50% of those closed? So it's just I like doing the math and getting people excited. So let's just say, for example, and the average is 2,500. Now, your first month it is at 3%. So I'm going to go with that 3% because this is our first month. So if you've got 20 and you multiply that times 3,000, you're looking at $60,000 for the month. $60,000 for the month. What if you only did that 50% right? $30,000 for the month. See that? And all you did was picked up the phone and made the phone call. You didn't close the loan. You didn't explain all of that. My phone call with Steve, besides waiting on hold for 10 minutes, was less than 5 minutes long.
Brandon, that was like the best 10-minute wait in your lifetime, man. I bet you, after closing that, I bet you walked away and said, man, I'm so glad I waited 10 minutes. Because you know what you did, though? You know what you did? You built remorse in him. You actually built remorse in him. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Now he's expected to listen to you, which he did.
He felt obligated. Yeah, he felt obligated.
That's a $300K loan right there. So if that goes through, that's a $9,000 check for a 5-minute phone call.
Man, how can you a 9,000? Okay, so when you put that in ratio, Brandon, one call potentially made you $9,000. It's scary. But it all. You know what? The only thing that separates it, Brandon, is it's fear, and that speaks to me and everybody else. So if you're the new sales agents on the call, the only thing separating you from that, because no one's greater than no one else, is just it's fear. I'm focusing on the psychology of man, and the one thing I'm learning for myself, I'm studying myself, is that everything boils down to fear. Procrastination is fear. Not taking action, fear. Which boils down to it's a stem. It's a stem root. It's systemic. And so at the end of the day, if you're hitting yourself, well, I need to call Brandon. You need motivation. If you got to run down the street naked and yell, oh, I'm just joking. Whatever you got to do to pump. Some of us have it naturally to pump ourselves up and wake us up in the morning. Whatever morning or daily ritual you have, that habit that pushes you in. But a bottom line is that don't analyze too much. In fact, analyze less and just do it. I mean, that's why Nike came out with that slogan, just do it, is because that they realize what people do. if you analyze, you're dead. You know, if you they say in a car accident that split second of delay is what typically takes a person out. So, like, if you were in a situation and by nature you just kind of reacted real quick, got yourself out of that situation. Anyways, I mean, Brandon, 300.
Hey, Brandon, how many hours did you? This is James. How many hours did you call yesterday? Just curious.
I only made 5 phone calls yesterday.
Dude.
So that was 45 minutes to an hour.
Wow. Let's just say you dialed for 6 hours. That would have been. I'm just thinking math too. That's $1,500 an hour.
Yeah.
Where do you get that kind of money at, dude? Only in sales. You know that. Let's just say again that 9K. Let's just say Brandon he was lazy, and he went to Burger King and he just kept eating fast food and didn't do anything else after his loan closed for the rest of the month until next month, and he got that 9K. If he got $9,000 or $10,000 a month, he's getting, for some companies, a CEO's wage just for one damn call. That's what and now it's always going to change. The ratio is going to change a little bit, but the point I'm saying is really it breaks down to fear on this. This call speaks to me, guys, more than it probably speaks to you. I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, man, these guys are motivating me. That's why I challenge. You hear me challenge James or challenge Brandon. Or it's just more a playful, but I'll tell Brandon on the phone or in front of you guys, I'm jealous of you, Brandon. Darn you, I was on the phone and I did get 1 loan application submitted and I got 2 loans submitted this week myself. But I was jealous when he got that deal. But I used that jealousy, and I'll admit it, I used that jealousy of, oh hell no, I'm on that phone. No, I want to be.
Especially when you said to me, hey, stop talking to me and pick up the phone and start calling people.
I did. You know what's funny? Hey, you guys know what's funny? On a Facebook message, when I told him about the James situation, this was yesterday, he said, did you know that? And he said, you know, how much you closed, James? I said, yeah, stop talking to me and get on the phone and get, you know, and he was like, he shut up. And I was kind of like, Brandon. Next thing you know, he messaged me back an hour later. I got 300K. I said, no way. No freaking way. This is not even real. He's just making it up because he's so behind. No. Good job, man. No, good job. I know, not to keep going too long on it, but I really, you guys, this should be a norm, and it will be a norm for every one of our sales calls as we close the week out and go into new Monday, over the weekend as well. But at the end of the day, guys, it's a numbers game, and every week we all should be having loans ported in the system. Would you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There is one thing that you need to take down in the system when you sign in to the David Allen Capital. It's the section where you write down like what your dollar goal is, what you want to make in a month. I think it is critical to really print that out or write it down. Like, what do you guys want to make? And here's what it needs to look like, because I'm a numbers guy, but I'm also a graphs guy. So you need to look at it like, just like we're boiling down the formula. How many calls do you need to make to get X number of dollars? How many this do you need to make to generate this? So, how much money do you want to make? If some of you guys say, I just want to make $5,000, I heard it said this: if you call 8 people, the average person calls 8 people a day, just in general, and that's like, 258 calls a month, 3,000 calls a year, and not to be harsh, but in the sales environment, that's not even average. And so you're only going to get into the front of that. Those numbers, 8 calls, I'm not shooting anybody. If you make a call, congratulations. But the more calls you make, the more money you're going to make. You literally, based off of this formula, just pick up the phone, and you don't have to spend marketing. Here's the reality. To pick up the phone, and it's heard it said this way too, to pick up the phone and actually call, it's for any company, it's actually cheaper. It costs the company about $38 per head, versus having to go out. I'm old school too, where I like to go out and meet the clients and drive around. But remember, this business is in all 50 states. You guys could pick up the phone, and you're not feeling Texas today. Man, I'm gonna call Florida. I'm gonna call Helen. You're good at that.
Yes.
Just so you're not bound to your state that you're in. Just, stay to a script as much as you can. But here's how I feel about scripts. When we get out as we get out more scripts to you guys, scripts are as good as only a structure. They're like training wheels. They really just help you get started. Eventually, when you get comfortable becoming a sales agent, you don't even need a script, because here's the thing: when people sense that you're scripted, they're like, "Dude, a robot's on the phone." Hi, my name is Terrence. How are you? I'm great. Good. If you press 1, I will tell you about the. Versus somebody that's talking to them, because we're bringing a need, and this is something, Brandon, you just brought up real quick. I wanted to lay out as you guys are calling. He identified something that's strong, and this is what we'll close out on. On the roofing, he identified, just like James, you identified in the bail bonds department and security. This is what we all need to, as a collective, as we're calling different industries and finding what works for each other. Hone in on what the pain spot for that industry is. That makes sense, guys?
Absolutely.
Hone in. Kellen, you probably could tell us about restaurants. Do you know what is a pain spot for a restaurant if you're calling them? I want people to hear this because you might know that already. What is a pain keyword or spot that triggers them to go, ooh, yeah, I need money?
The pain spot for restaurants is basically, even though you can drive by one and see the parking lot full of people, is overhead. Because they may have a good day, as far as making a lot of money, but that money is already gone paying their employees, paying the light bill, paying the electric bill. And some seasons, your holidays bring them in more money, and they can capitalize off of that. But restaurants, at least 30% of their year, they're going to always need some extra cash, always. And then also, I just wanted to throw this in here, team. I don't mean to sound shrewd, but keep up with the current events on where the storms are. Where the tornadoes, where the floods, because when that happens, most businesses are going to need some working capital before the insurance company pays out. And that's another plus for roofers and also your restaurants.
That is good.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Helen. This is Adam, by the way. There was an article yesterday, Brandon, in our area where a roofing company lost 2 trucks in a car accident.
Wow!
And lost all their equipment, and that was like their whole. That was like their fleet. So I placed a phone call to them yesterday. The owner's going to be calling me back today, so I think we can probably get them back on their feet right away.
Good observation. This is good stuff, guys. What's that?
These are things just to watch for, because these, especially if you have like a news app in your phone, this stuff will show up like crazy. It'll show up, and then it's just, I'm sorry to say, but these are excellent targets, for us just to call and give them an olive branch to say, look, we can help you. You don't have to wait 3 or 4 months, to get a decision from a bank, or your insurance company. We can help you now, and then you can deal with the insurance company later. Get back to making your money, get your employees back to work, which is these are, the construction business is cutthroat. And these guys have to put in bids, and then they got to underbid and adjust their bids as they go. Yep. And if they don't have the capital, they can't pay their people. The work doesn't get done. In some cases, it takes a lot longer for these guys to get things done because sometimes they cannot call in the help that they need.
And here's the thing, too, Adam.
Companies are slow pay too.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. Absolutely. The storm in Raleigh, and I'll just share this very quickly, that occurred 2 years ago. Do you realize that some of those people have still not got paid from an insurance company?
Wow.
A lot of those areas were businesses, and so they are just basically, I'm not exaggerating, if you would go out in the Raleigh area, you would still see a lot of those roofs, a lot of those businesses that have not, a lot of the homes that just have not recouped. FEMA is slow. Insurance companies are slow paid. So that's just
federal government too. They're slow, very slow.
And you know what's scary? Like, let's look at the standardized industries like the bank. Because I was being a banker for 10 years. Adam, you've been a banker, and a lot of it. Some of you guys that are on here were business bankers, etc., or sales. But the banks are not lending. Like they lend, but you pretty much have to be like Jesus Christ for them to give you a loan. Like perfect credit and everything else. I mean, and they still make you go through hoops before you get approved a lot of times, especially. So you got to put it in perspective, guys. Every call you guys make, don't feel like you're inconveniencing this business owner. If I called you guys right now, and you guys knowing who I am, or no, let me use somebody better. If Bill Gates called you, and you knew it was Bill Gates, and it was a Skype call, so you knew who it was. Hey there, Justice. Hey there, Brandon. Hey, Adam. Hey, I've got $100 million check I want to hand to you. You know it's me, but I want to hand it to you. Do you want the money? What the hell are you going to say?
Yes.
Now, I know it's not that easy, but, hey, it's funny. Brandon said, Adam, he told me that you guys, some of your team, they go into stores and they're kind of going in jovial laughing. Hey, we're trying to give him money away. Who? We're trying to give the owner money away. I'm trying to give him money. So that's kind of funny, but the point is that's actually what we're doing. We're not inconveniencing them. It's not like we're calling to tell these people, hey, I got some bad news, or we're trying to sell them into something or sell them a product that they really don't need or a hard push. This is actually, it's still sales.
The economy.
Thank you. It's infusing, exactly. It's infusing capital into the economy. And so don't feel like when you guys are calling, that fear is going to be, it's going to lump up. That's actually what we're addressing on this call, really, is that fear, just get through it. Grin and bear it, because when you start to keep doing it, you're going to get, it's going to become, you do it till it becomes second nature to you, where you don't even analyze, you don't even think about it. You just get up on the morning or whatever your time frame is, you put your own, the more you guys put a structure around yourself, it'll become natural. And the more money you start closing, I can guarantee you David Allen Capital will become more of a priority to you. Oh my God, dude, I just made $10,000 this month. I'm sure you guys will be, so that brings. What's that?
Hey, Jared, can I say something to James?
Oh,
another thing too is you want to let them know that a lot of times, and then they'll tell you that this is not credit based. As long as they got a 500 FICO score, they're good. Because you got to realize some of these guys, as we just said, I've been in banking as well, and you know this. Most regional banks or institutional banks, they want stellar credit. FICO scores are 700 or higher in most regional banks, right? The problem with that, guys, is the average American has a 640 FICO score. So I guarantee you're going to run into people that are actually working with the bank, are getting frustrated because the bank wants everything, their DNA, their blood to get a loan, and then they come back and tell them that they're not approved because they don't have good credit. Those people are out there, and they're waiting for you. And you tell them you want to stress on the time sensitiveness of this loan. We can get you this money in 5 days. We can get you approved in 24 hours. The capital could be yours, Mr. Johnson or Jim. The capital could be yours in 5 days. That's the pitch.
Dude, I see the two pain spots, James. When you said that, I can see it's reinstituting that. You guys hear that? 24 hours, 5 days. Let's hone in on that. 24 hours, we can get you approved in 24 hours. Look what happened in my makeup when you said that, James. When you said that, I'm like, what? Okay, cool. Because I know my credit score is at like 400 or 500. And then you said in 5 days. Oh, dude, I need that money like yesterday. So that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that'll work.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well,
you'll find people that are out there working with banks, and they'll stop midstream because they've been waiting so long to get approved. And you tell them, look, get the capital. They'll stop with the bank. Go work with you. I'm up here waiting 2-3 months. I haven't heard back from the bank, or they're calling me. They want more additional documentation. You're telling me I can get my money in 5 days and I can get approved by tomorrow? Yes, Jim. Approved tomorrow. get all this paperwork over to you, get it back to me. As soon as we get you approved, have the capital to you in 5 days, 5 business days. It's just that, to me as a business owner, when I was a business owner, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
That's exactly. Wow. How many of you guys got value so far from this call? Newcomers or just I know I did.
Always.
Absolutely.
Yes. Always.
A lot. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Hey, let me add this in because calls like this is so important to show the agents that we have coming on board that we have a support team in place. And what we've been working behind the scenes, very soon you'll see we'll have our own team website, and the name of the team is called Success Team Alliance, or STA Capital for short. So we'll have a website that when you sign up a new agent, you can plug them directly in to that website that will tell them exactly what to do, where to go, how to get trained, because we're going to be dealing with people that might have 9-to-5 jobs, so they can't make it onto this call every day. We're going to we record these calls, so we'll have them up on the website as well so that they can go back, listen to the recordings. We'll have a recognition area where you can see what other agents are doing and their success. And you guys realize, and this is just the 7th day of the month, combined just from the loans that we submitted, I think we've surpassed already over $1 million in loans submitted for pre-approval. Now, that's impressive just for us just getting started out the gate. Imagine as a team what that number is going to be at the end of the month. We might have over 7 to 8 million loans submitted for pre-approval. Then when we start getting those loans funded, we start adding up those numbers. So that's huge when you're out talking to people. You can even tell other new businesses you walk into, yeah, we've already funded over $20 million in loans. How would you like to have some money? We can get you some money. Or agents, oh, by the way, we've already paid out $2 million in commissions to our team. So that's why this support group is so important, to make sure you stay plugged in. But any new agent you bring on board, and Jericel will be talking about that more next week, make sure that you plug them in to the support system that we have, so that it's not relying on you to try to tell them what to do or get them all set up, but the system will do that for you, so you can concentrate on getting your loans done and making those phone calls. So back to you,
Brandon, no, appreciate that. And to help me expand on this, I will say, guys, on that, we'll show you guys how to actually get new agents, which is really easy. Here's the thing. You can look at it like a network marketing company. I don't. This to me I look at this thing as a job. It's a job. So, and you should treat it like such, because it keeps structure around it. That's why we built the structure. But at the end of the day, we don't want you guys to sit there and try to sales pitch people into this free. It's not an opportunity, but it is an opportunity, free opportunity for them to make. But the difference is a hustle. They have to look for people that are hungry. Don't just get somebody with a pulse into this, and then you get excited because you just burnt time. Ooh, Jimmy will get in. He'll do really well. No, dude. But what I'll say is, bring Jimmy in here and let him come into the Lion's Den here. Our logo actually has a lion on it, and let him come to the Lion's Den. And if the lion makes him afraid, then the lion, then he just. I'm not trying to be heartless, but it wasn't for him. Helen, that's actually out of your book. I'm just joking with you. Hey, Helen, man, when I first talked to Helen, I was sad. She said, praise the Lord, but hey, cut him. I was like, whoa, man. She is cut. She don't play.
Well, you have to, because your time, it is written that businessmen are shrewd, and they are wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. And your time is valuable. That does not mean that a person that is successful is incompassionate. It's just that they are wise.
Right.
That's
man.
One size shoe doesn't fit all. That's true.
Man, it's so true.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. But the best strategy, which we put it on the website and everything, is Craigslist. I actually have a way you guys can post on Craigslist for free. Actually, I got like 3 calls on the time we've been on this call for interviews. Richard was on actually, majority of you guys that I talked to came through Craigslist. And I said, and we'll put the scripts and everything in there. The reality to me is actually the recruiting aspect of building your agency is the lesser. Brandon, please close out with this, though. Show us the power on that side of the income as you build an agency, because that's where your residual can kind of come from as you grow, not only on your own sales as you're generating and you're getting out there hustling, but as you find other hustlers, Just using the number of 100, Brandon. I mean, share with us what that could look like.
Absolutely. Well, picture it like this, and during this stage, you want to definitely knock out your personal loans first. The goal is to knock out your first 15 funded loans as fast as possible, because that's going to allow you to maximize how much you can earn off of your agent's organization, your agent team that pays down four levels deep. So, for example, if you enroll, Helen brings on an agent, and that agent brings on an agent, and that agent brings on an agent, Helen can get paid on all of those generations. So if you think long term, and you had 500 agents, either that you personally brought on board or that your front line brought on board, so just 2, and you only funded 1 loan, because that qualifies you for those 2 levels at 50%. Here's what happens. What if those 500 agents just got 1 loan for the entire year, not per month, but for the entire year? That's 500 loans at $300 each on average for you, not loans that you got. That's $150,000 a year business with 500 agents who enrolled for free with no monthly fee attached to it, and all they did, it took them 12 months to get 1 loan funded. Now, so you do the numbers on that. What if those 500 were doing 1 loan a month? That's $150,000 a month, ladies and gentlemen. So that's long term with the movie thing.
That's nearly $2 million, and then probably ain't. I can't even. That's more than that.
1.8 million.
It's Thank you, 1.8 million. So, holy cow, guys! And see, here's the thing too. I'm not trying to dumb down even what you just said, Brandon. Even if you're coming in here and you are like, dude, I'm just never going to get over my fear of selling, because that's what it boils. James, isn't that what it boils down to? Just your fear of getting on the call and selling. So let's say you never got over that fear. That number of 500 Brandon said is actually doable. Well, Craigslist, dude, it's so easy to get people in. We don't want you guys to sit on the phone and take forever unless you want to do that. But we have this is why we created the system, so we can take the work off of your guys' load. That's why we created this. Brandon and I really wanted to structure this to where you guys are really going out there and producing and teaching, and eventually, building an organization underneath you. Because a lot of you guys I've talked to directly, I'm gonna just like Richard, I talked to you yesterday and told you the plan, and just imagine as you close your own deals, a year or 2 out, as you got, let's say, 25, 30 hardcore sales agents underneath you, and you wanted to take a relax, you wanted to go on vacation, step away from closing loans. Now you still got 25 loan agents. Let's say they're all closing a loan a month at $300 a piece. That's right. That's. I mean, what kind of money is that? What does that mean for you at this point of your life? That's to anybody, really.
That's fantastic. I'm not a vacation kind of dude, so I'll just have to keep working through that, I think.
You got to convince yourself to make a vacation. Like, I'm making all this money, no vacation for me.
I like that. That's great.
No, that's awesome, dude. He's like a pure hustler. Dude, he's going to, wake up in heaven like, God, stop working. No, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh man, no. I'm sorry, guys. I'm pretty interactive, but in all, it's this opportunity excites me a lot. I mean, when Brandon really came to me with it, it's like, I've been in the banking world for 10 years, and it just hit me. It's like, this makes so much sense, and the fact that it can not only help businesses, but it also is very per ticket, per close. It's extremely rewarding. That being said, is there anybody else that wants to say something, and we'll close out? I know we went a little long, but these calls are really necessary. Actually went shorter than our last call, but these calls are necessary, and they really bring their motivation. They're motivating. Anybody else have anything they want to say before we close out? All right. Well,
go ahead. Jared's Adam here. Hey, guys, also don't forget medical clinics and doctors. A lot of people are afraid to go talk to these guys,
True.
Because they're afraid of, not being able to talk to them or something. Just call them. These guys, all these doctors, they'll fall behind on the times with all this new equipment that keeps coming out, all these new medical technologies. And this opportunity, to put capital in their hands could mean that they would be able to offer something in their city, and their billable time and their insurance billable time will go through the roof. So they could in turn pay off, a loan really quickly, and then get another one for another piece of equipment that they might need. So keep that in mind, guys. Don't not call different doctors or different specialties, because a lot of them can be an amazing source of referrals as well.
Okay.
That's a good point, Adam. Yeah, that medical equipment is expensive. It really is.
I think the genre, Adam, I think the genre, if you guys look, especially the way the loans are structured, and I'll just say this, by the way, guys, last year when I got rid of my brick and mortar business, I actually I couldn't get a loan at the bank, so I had a loan officer call me, and I was able to get funds, it really helped. I got the infusion I needed, and it was very quick. So that's actually another reason why I'm passionate about these loans and the structure and everything. But here, Adam, and here's one of the pain spots I think with this structure of loan that is going to the pain spot across the industry for any industry you guys are calling a niche is that there's either expansion or there's a what's the word I'm looking for, an advance that they need that they just can't get over that hump. Mm-hmm. Just because a business is generating $50K a month doesn't mean it's profitable necessarily, as we all know. But so that means
especially
that they're
paying out $52,000 a month.
Thank you, and this being a real estate man, already know. I would see that. Right. You can tell your friends at the yacht club, hey man, if you're building, I can say, hey, I'll pay $50K today or this month. You're like, oh, but
you just borrow from Peter to pay Paul. That's all you do. You just put it.
I know, right? You still can't pay your rent. They don't know that you can't pay. I trust that.
I'm about a day away from that car being repoed.
Man, don't even start preaching. So that's you guys know. Look at me and James go back and forth. That's real talk. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on. We're actually giving you guys real experience. That's what's going on.
A lot of people out there, guys. A lot of people out there. I've been a business owner. Jared does. You've been a business owner. I'll just say this and shut up. A lot of guys out there, man. It's a lot of fluff. They got the big car sitting in the garage. They got they got the house, but man, they're behind on the mortgage. They're about ready to get a divorce. Don't go by just how it looks on the outside, man. Mm-hmm. Whatever good is not always gold.
Mm-hmm. So true, man. If you could come and be that Jesus and do that altar call and make them come to their knees of, I need the loan. You got. Oh, but hey, man, I'm real. So again, that's what you guys. That's what you guys are going to become masters of. When you become masters of that art of finding the pain point, literally, when you get on the phone. You get on the phone and you'll look like, I hate to say it, like Dracula. You'll feel like, I know I'm going to win this fight. Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's like, so that's where, again, but the only way to do this and to become a master at your craft is actually become an apprentice. Do it. Do the work, and then you'll become great. So, anyways, I could go on forever. I love these calls. These sales calls are amazing. You guys, this is the culture we are going to keep. We're going to grow forth no matter how big our teams get. But, I'm really looking forward to you guys getting a lot of money in your pocket in the next few weeks. Let's close next week. I'm going to say, I'm going to put some goals on us, not just friendly goals, but starting Monday, but let's put everything we talked about on this sales call into practice. I can't wait to hear Monday that some of these new guys that were on the call, like James, took action after the call, and that's what we're going to – the CRM, one of them that I'm looking at, we can actually all talk in a network inside there, so you can actually, like, ask questions and you can ask it in a group. Point is that we can also see – I can see, we can all see, okay, we got $1 million as a collective in the pipeline. Holy cow. And so, but ask those questions and let's close out this week and go into next week with some fire. I want a minimum of each agent on this call to be closing it. I'm just being nice. A minimum, including myself, 2. I'm being nice. 2 loans, like 2 loans in a week. And here's the challenge: you win. It's not me. I'm just motivating you. You win, because that could be $4,000, that could be $8,000 in your pocket, and I'm sure you're going to love that the next following week. So, anyways, guys, go out, be prosperous, and we will see you guys on Monday call.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Wonderful weekend.
Yes,
Take
you
care.
too.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. All right.